Hello, my loves. It is me, Jazzy Mack, and today we are going to talk about a couple of different opportunities for Walmart. Now, listen, I have great opportunities for those of you that want to work day shift, afternoon shift, or overnight graveyard shifts. So it is a 24/7 operation, and I do have positions that are also going to be non-phone. Now, one thing I want to point out is we will do the resume demonstration as we always do. And if you want to use that resume, it's going to be down below in the description box. So let's go ahead and hop into the first opportunity. And this is, like I said, going to be a remote opportunity. Oh, but wait, I got to do some super quick shout outs right quick. Listen, people have been like really out here, like, oh my gosh, getting these jobs. So Amani said she had an interview with Discover and she was like, I hope it goes well. And then she responded the next day and was like, I got the job. I start in January. Kyle just got a job at Discover. Oh my gosh. Congratulations to you, Kyle. Dominique applied for Home Depot and an hour later, she was already able to do the assessment for Home Depot. Pamela applied for Progressive and got set up with an interview the next day. She also applied and got an assessment interview through the Kelly Connect job that I talked about. And Sade actually applied for the flight attendant position with Delta and was called back to do an interview. And oh my gosh, Dayshell applied for a job with Progressive, got the interview the next day. Kanitra applied for Discover and was hired. So congratulations to all of you people. I love to see you all win. I absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and hop into our first opportunity, which is going to be this resolution coordinator contact center opportunity. Now, I want to point out a few things with this particular role. It says as a customer care specialist, you're going to manage a high volume of incoming calls from customers, stores, and associates, and you must be able to communicate professionally in a conversational manner. What they're saying as far as the requirements, 25 words per minute. That's a super slow typing speed. So they're not asking you to be like a computer whiz. And they want you to have some experience with Microsoft Office programs, a high school diploma or GED. And this is something I have to emphasize, the mandatory training. Listen, when they do your training, after you submit your application, you may be invited to take an assessment. If you're invited to take the assessment and they put it under review and you get like the little green mark, that means that you passed the assessment. And so you want to take the mandatory training afterwards very, very seriously. Generally, if you like miss a day of training, sometimes they'll let you get by and sometimes they'll actually take you out of it. So training is very, very important at Walmart. And again, I want to emphasize they have 24/7 support. So those of you that say, hey, I need an overnight job or I need an early morning job, this is going to be something that you can definitely do and kind of pick which shift you ultimately, want to do. So another position that I wanted to also point out was this one right here. It is called the resolution specialist position. Now, what I want to call out is the location. Now, Carrollton, Texas is going to be what they consider to be their primary location. However, information that I have received from a recruiter for Walmart is this. If they do not get enough applicants in the Carrollton location, they will open it up and have already opened it up to people outside of those locations, including those people that want to work remotely from home. Walmart is not a company that generally advertises the whole work from home model because they're a store that people generally go to. So I'm not going to get into like the political reasons for why they don't like to advertise the remote work. But just like I showed you, these are positions that you need to apply for no matter where you are located. Because again, if they don't get enough applicants, they're not going to just like stretch these people thin and make people do the work of 10 workers. They're going to start looking at the people that live outside of these regions that work from home. So in this position, it's a little bit more advanced than the first one, but they're saying they want you to have 1 to 2 years of customer service experience. And they also want you to be patient and empathetic, have great listening skills, and you will sweep us off of our feet if you have epic system experience. In this particular position, because it's the health and wellness position, it says health insurance experience is preferred with a focus on patient registration and eligibility requirements. Again, this is not going to be something that is going to be a deal breaker because they do require that you go through a pretty extensive training. So let's look at the resume for this particular position, and let's talk about it. So, okay. We always want to do a professional summary and make sure that it has, some hot words in it. So obviously, if these are going to be call center words or, customer service words, we want to call out words like, customer service, obviously. And so I would put something like I'm highly familiar with account resolution escalations, and I'm excited to use my skills as part of the resolution team at Walmart. Resolution team is obviously going to be a hot word. Now, if you've ever worked in a call center and you use certain types of software, then this is something that you want to call out. If it was Zendesk, if you work in a ticketing system, you use Remedy, whatever, put it up here in your technical skills section. But what's going to be important to call out is if you actually worked in a call center, if you've got, like experience with average handle time, customer satisfaction surveys, that makes you stand out. If you've got experience with working in resolutions, maybe you've worked in billing support or web support, KB articles, that's something you should also call out. If you've got any type of healthcare or insurance, like experience, that is definitely something that you should be calling out and making sure that you list up here at the top of the page. So when it comes to your professional experience, if it's going to be call center related, you want to talk about how you work to resolve incoming calls, customer complaints and inquiries related to product purchases. Maybe you assisted commercial and retail customers with purchases appropriate for their business and services. Maybe you did upselling. This is, a really popular word to use when you're working like in online support. But another thing that you'll really do well to call out is when you have percentages saying, hey, I achieved a certain percentage of sales goals, or I had a 98% customer satisfaction survey rating, or I assisted an average of 45 customers per day, related to whatever your job responsibilities were. So this is something that I would make sure that I was calling out in my resume to increase my chances of being hired. And also, increasing your chances of being able to say, hey, I know the starting salary is $16 per hour. I would like to negotiate for $20 per hour because I have this type of experience or healthcare experience, whatever. You just want to highlight the things you have experience in. Now, a lot of these positions start at 15 or 16 per hour. Some of them will start at 18 per hour, because they have like resolution specialist 1, 2, and 3. So if you get the resolution specialist 3, it's because you either highlighted your skill sets in a really awesome way, like how we talk about here, or you also negotiated that salary up. So that is something that you want to make sure you're calling out in order to get the highest salary possible. Okay. So make sure that when you go to the Walmart website, You ultimately are, making sure you're matching those like description words, those job description words with what's in your resume. Okay. Customer care specialist is a word that you want to call out, things of that nature. So another really cool thing that I love about Walmart is you don't want to just look at like the Walmart role, but for places even like Sam's Club, which is obviously also owned by Walmart, they start at $15 per hour and it goes up to $32 per hour. So Walmart pays really, really well. You can make a really good living, depending on, of course, like your experience and stuff. But what's cool is Walmart is kind of known for paying like a higher wage, depending on what state you're in and things of that nature. And they also have really great programs for veterans. So if you are a veteran, this is definitely something you need to be looking into. If you are a college student, Walmart has programs for college students. So it's a really great place to work at, especially when you're working on like the corporate side. So let me know if you have any questions about this position. And let me know when you get the email to take the assessment, and know that taking the assessment is a really good thing. So until then, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.